you how to score a script. We're going to focus on some basic skills such as what a beat is, adding action words to your beats, and how you could incorporate your blocking. So let's start with beats in a script. Beats in the beginning are where the actor pauses and changes during a scene or monologue. However, beats are much more than just pauses. Beats are sections within a scene or monologue. Every time there is a change in status, emotion, or purpose, there is a change in beat. Deciding where the beats are in your scene or monologue is an important step in deciding how you will perform your scene or monologue. Changes in emotion and purpose are what make acting interesting. If you are having difficulty finding these changes, these beats in a scene or monologue, then it may not be the best performance piece for you. So let's discuss the steps in preparing a monologue or scene for performance and how you would add those beats. First, you definitely want to read the script for enjoyment. You have heard me say that before, and it is true. You will also want to read the script a second time to gain understanding of the goals, themes, and conflicts. When you read the script for a third time to analyze as an actor, mark initial beats with a backslash, or this symbol here. After marking the initial beats, reread a fourth time to check yourself and add any additional minor beats that you might find. Remember, purpose, emotion, or shifts in status should probably change at least a little on each sentence. In fact, sometimes they will change in the middle of a sentence as well. Try to find all the changes in your selected script. When you have marked all the beats you can find, you should score the script. Action words are what you use in scoring. As you score the script, it's your job to try to use action words that express the motivation the character has at that specific time in the script. I will now show you a list of action words that might help, and I'll play some music while you're reading them. This is not a complete list of workable verbs. You may or may not find a verb here that works for your character, but this list is a start. You will want to say the character is attempting to Any of these action verbs can be used with adverbs to make them stronger. For example, you might say you are more overwhelmed, or that you are even more hurt, or that you are very focused. You want to add an action verb for each beat. And you will want to discuss your beats with your scene partners and see which words they've identified. One great exercise when you have done this is to switch roles with your partner and play the scene from your scene partner's script and action words. Now, after you've scored your script, let's discuss the final steps in preparing a script or monologue for performance. After you have identified and marked your beats and scored the script, you have two more steps in order to create a successful presentation. Final step 1, blocking. Blocking is the process of developing the movement and the actual movement of the actors around the set or performance area. You may choose to do simple blocking with little movement and simple gestures, or your script may need to have much stronger movement to express the motivations of the character. Blocking should reinforce the motivation, status, emotion, and/or purpose of the speaker in order to assist the audience in understanding all of these and the character as a total package. In general, movement used in blocking is either toward or away from the person to whom you are speaking. In a monologue, you are addressing the imaginary person or a group somewhere in front of you, usually towards the audience. When you move towards your audience or the person you are speaking to, you are in a more aggressive mode. If you move away from your audience or the person you're speaking to, you appear to be more passive. If you stand tall and move with strength, you appear to be powerful, happy, or excited and aggressive. If you are sitting or standing with your head lowered or chest caved in, you will appear weaker, sadder, or passive. Using these simple ideas and the beats and scoring you have already completed, add blocking to your planning for the script. Try out several ways of moving while you read or say the lines until you find the one that works for you. When you find what works for you, write it down in between the lines or beside the lines of the script where you are going to make the planned movement. Final step number 2, rehearse, 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 memorize, memorize, memorize. Practice in front of a mirror, in front of your classmates, in front of your relatives, and ask them for advice or suggestions. 2 great tips for memorizing are to either practice your lines in front of a mirror or to record your scene and listen to it over and over again as you read along to the lines. So you know, scientists have proven that reading your lines while looking at yourself has the greatest success rate for memorization. Now, this is a process, not a perfect event the first time you work it. You can make changes as you practice. Mark the changes down as you go in order to keep track of your process. The more you practice and the more comfortable you are with the words, gestures, and movement, the better you will be in the final performance. That's it for today's lesson. Again, you just learned how to score the scene. You learned about beats. You learned how to add action words to those beats. You learned about matching your blocking to your scoring. And you learned how to rehearse and memorize your scene. So that's it for today's episode of Be the Teacher. I hope you have fun scoring your scene. And if you get stuck, you can come back and watch this video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you, or talk to you, on the next episode of Be the Teacher.